Alexander the Great, a philosophical deep dive into ambition, power, and conquest. Alexander III of Macedon, known as Alexander the Great, remains one of history's most compelling figures. His meteoric rise and relentless campaigns reshaped the ancient world, but his legacy transcends military conquest. At its core, Alexander's life embodies a philosophical inquiry into the nature of ambition, the ethics of power, and the human drive to transcend limits. This exploration delves into the intellectual, cultural, and existential dimensions of his quest. 1. The roots of ambition, myth, mentorship, and destiny. Alexander's ambition was forged in the crucible of myth, education, and familial rivalry. Mythic identity. His mother, Olympias, claimed descent from Achilles and seeded in him a belief in divine lineage. Alexander carried Homer's Iliad on campaign, seeing himself as a modern Achilles, heroic, flawed, and destined for immortality. This mythic self-perception blurred the line between mortal and God, driving him to seek Kleos' glory through unprecedented conquest. Aristotle's influence. Tutored by Aristotle from age 13, Alexander absorbed lessons in ethics, logic, and natural science. Yet he rejected Aristotle's view of non-Greeks as natural slaves, instead envisioning a cosmopolitan empire. Their relationship reveals a tension between philosophical idealism and the pragmatism of power. Oedipus complex. Freudian scholars speculate that Alexander's rivalry with his father Philip II, whose assassination in 336 BCE cleared his path to power, fueled a need to surpass him. His rapid consolidation of power in Greece and invasion of Persia, Philip's unrealized dream, suggests a blend of homage and defiance. 2. Power as divine mandate and cultural alchemy. Alexander's rule fused pragmatism with a quasi-messianic vision, redefining kingship. Divine kingship. At Siwa Oasis, 331 BCE, Egyptian priests hailed him as the son of Zeus Ammon, a title he embraced to legitimize rule over diverse cultures. This syncretism, mixing Greek, Egyptian, and Persian divinity, created a template for later rulers, e.g. Roman emperors as Divi Filius. Cultural synthesis. His marriage to Roxana, a Bactrian noble, and the mass wedding at Susa, 324 BCE, where 10,000 Macedonians wed Persian women, symbolized his vision of homonoia, unity. By adopting Persian dress and court rituals, he sought to erase the barbarian dichotomy, prefiguring Enlightenment cosmopolitanism. The limits of tolerance. While he promoted cultural fusion, resistance was met with brutality. The destruction of Thebes, 335 BCE, and the crucifixion of 2,000 Tyrians, 332 BCE, revealed a darker side, power maintained through fear as much as idealism. 3. Conquest. Strategy, sacrifice, and the ethics of empire. Alexander's military genius was matched by a philosophical reckoning with the costs of empire. Tactical innovation. At Gaugamela, 331 BCE, his use of the hammer and anvil tactic, crushing Darius III's forces between the phalanx and cavalry, showcased strategic brilliance. Yet his willingness to march through deserts, Gedrosia, 325 BCE, losing a third of his army, raises questions about the balance between ambition and empathy. The paradox of glory. Plutarch recounts Alexander weeping at 30, lamenting, "No worlds left to conquer." His relentless eastward march to the Hyphasis River Mutiny, 326 BCE, reflects a Sisyphus-like existential struggle. The more he achieved, the emptier victory became. Moral ambiguity. The slaughter of the Mali, 325 BCE, where he nearly died storming a citadel alone, underscores his obsession with personal heroism. Was this courage or hubris? Machiavelli might praise his audacity, but Stoics like Seneca would condemn it as a failure of self-mastery. 4. Governance, enlightenment, or exploitation. Alexander's empire was a laboratory of ideas, but its sustainability hinged on unresolved tensions. Administrative vision. He retained Persian satraps, governors, and founded 20-plus cities, e.g. Alexandria in Egypt, which became hubs of trade and Hellenistic culture. These cities, with their grids, libraries, and theaters, reflected Aristotle's ideal of the polis as a civilizing force. Economic realities. Conquest funded conquest. The looting of Persepolis, 330 BCE, where he burned the royal palace in a drunken rage, funded further campaigns but alienated local elites. His adoption of Persian gold darics as currency stabilized economies but tied his legacy to plunder. The Brotherhood of Man. At Opis, 324 BCE, he prayed for harmony between Macedonians and Persians, urging them to share the world as a common homeland. Critics argue this was pragmatic, not altruistic. Unity was necessary to govern an overextended empire. Number 5. Legacy, the fragility of immortality. Alexander died at 32, leaving no clear successor. His empire fragmented, but his cultural legacy endured. Hellenistic synthesis, the Diadochi successor kingdoms, spread Greek art, language, and philosophy from the Mediterranean to India. The Rosetta Stone, 196 BCE, written in Greek and Egyptian, epitomizes this fusion. Philosophical influence. Stoics like Zeno admired his cosmopolitanism, while cynics like Diogenes mocked his ambition. Roman emperors, e.g. Trajan, emulated him, but Dante placed him in hell's violent circle for his pride. Modern resonances. His life inspires debates about leadership, globalization, and the ethics of empire. Was he a visionary unifier or a tyrant cloaked in idealism? Edward Said's Orientalism critiques his civilizing mission as a precursor to colonialism, while historians like Robin Lane Fox celebrate his capacity to dream in continents. 6. Conclusion. The shadow of ambition. Alexander's life is a mirror for humanity's highest aspirations and darkest impulses. His ambition redefined the possible, yet his insatiable hunger for glory reveals the existential void at the heart of unchecked power. In the words of the Roman historian Curtius Rufus, he filled the world with his fame, but could not fill his own soul. His legacy challenges us to ask, can ambition ever be ethical? Does power corrupt absolutely? And in seeking immortality, do we lose what makes us human? Alexander's answer, etched in the ruins of Persepolis and the streets of Alexandria, is as ambiguous as it is enduring.